Yeah.
Was good.
What's good, everybody? I'm your host, Jay. My co host to my left is Taj Ree, and this is the Divine Departure Podcast, episode 17.
Aggressive.
Drop that XVII on these motherfuckers one time.
Aggressive.
Drum, drum, drum.
Very aggressive.
But today's gonna be a good episode. For most of y'all who've seen our post on our socials, we took the last week off and we back on it. For all of our viewers, yo, bro, how was your last week? How was last week for you, bro?
Last week's a blur. I'm on to the next one. I move forward.
You
Let
move
me
like
think.
lightning.
Recently in my life, I purchased a $4,000 massage chair for less than $1,000. So that was a
Can't be.
major move. That was a major move. Sat in it. I think every hour I sit in it adds 6 months to my life. So I'm gonna just keep sitting in it. It flips you upside down. It has like arm compression, hand compression.
Does it really?
Yeah,
It really flips you upside
yeah, it's
down.
called zero gravity mode. It flips you upside down, zero gravity mode.
Oh
It
damn!
has like little feet rollers. It'll massage your feet. It'll do compression on the calves, like all
Damn!
types of stuff on your back. It has like back of your neck stuff. Like there's a little like neck thing that go around you, and then the yes.
Yeah. See, to all the viewers watching this shit is new
lot.
to me. To all the people watching right now, this shit is new to me because I know Tajri told me. He's like, yeah, I'm about to get a new massage chair, but I'm thinking it's like a generic one that kind of hug your calves, your legs. You said zero gravity. How the fuck it bring you upside down?
Nah, you push that zero gravity button. Let's see if I got a picture of it. You push that zero gravity button. And yeah, that joint flips you upside down. I don't know if you can see that.
I can't.
Probably not. It's a little.
It's dark.
Oh wait, my fault. Let's try that. Yeah, that's the chair.
Right.
It has arm slots, leg slots at the bottom.
So how does it flip you? Is it like a stand or something that's motorized?
Yeah, it's motorized. Yeah, it's just you push the button and it slowly like does like I'm gonna say like 270-degree, like you upside down. I mean, you can adjust it.
Wow.
You can adjust it so that you're not all the way upside down, like if you're not comfortable with that. But yeah, I
Wow.
mean, it's a great investment. I've been having some back issues. So this is something that I thought would be a good investment. I didn't just buy it to buy it. Like I thought it's something that'd be a good investment for my back, and so yeah, I like it. Another toy, another toy.
Nah, that's awesome, bro. I mean, I don't really know, bro. This week has been, or our last week has been crazy. So my last week's been crazy. I just been busy with work. I'm planning to get a puppy with my girl, so
Right.
I got a whole bunch of coordinations, whole bunch of plans going into play. So it's a lot of changes, bro. The summertime is gonna be lit though, but lot of good things happening. So I'm just trying to stay positive, stay active, try to do the best I can and be healthy. And for all y'all young ones watching us, 27 is the year. Don't ever listen to any old head that tell you 30 is the year. 27 is really the year that your body start acting different. So to all y'all smokers, drink some water. To all of my edible heads, drink some water. Eat some
Just drink water.
greens.
Just drink water in
To
general.
all of my youngins that's in college eating a whole pie of pizza, 2 pies of pizza. Get a salad in there. Get a little croutons in
Nah,
there.
if you're in college, do what you got to do to graduate. I don't care.
Shut the fuck up.
You're a college graduate.
Shut the fuck up.
Just graduate. Just finish.
Do that and be healthy.
I'm talking 4-year degree. Not no 2 year.
No, the 2 year two. 2 year count.
We don't respect them.
2 year count. No. To all of the followers and listeners that got 2 year degrees, we appreciate you. Taj know what the fuck you talking about. Anyways, we're about to get into a good episode today. We're gonna talk about the Miss Marvel Disney Plus series, which it's been acclaimed. It's been an anticipated series for a lot of Marvel heads. We're going to go into some Shield Hero. We're going to go into some basic One Piece because, that's all what it really is nowadays, just basic. But it's our favorite. And then we're going to end off with some trending because we had a lot of news come out for just gaming, for media. And let's get started.
Yeah, so let's my camera is, hold on. I'm gonna turn my camera off for a little bit. But real quick, before we get into the major stuff, you was bumping Drake's new album, so tell them about that while I fix my camera.
Shit, they gonna have to wait till the trending, bro. They gonna have to wait. But look, I'm gonna give y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a
little snippet real quick. I just gotta adjust some of my camera.
I got you. I don't know if they can hear me. Let me know if let me know if you can hear the music, bro. I don't think this man can hear me, but I got the sound system going. Let me turn one off. Oh wait, no, turn off the wrong one. Actually, I have it in the stream deck, so I'm good.
Chillin'.
You can hear the music, bro? No.
Nah, but so good. I tried to get my camera to stop shaking violently, but it's just the effect of the layer. Oh, there we go. It's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe. This is definitely a Drake was in his feelings type project. Okay.
That's enough, yeah. I ain't trying to get this podcast striked down by Drake himself.
Or Drake or copyright hunters.
Or copyright hunters.
Like to take stuff down.
But let's get into Miss Marvel, man. Let's get into it. So I thought it was a great show so far. My impression, the feel, the atmosphere of the show, it's kind of I don't really know how I would explain it to be similar as, but it kind of reminds me of I think Kate Beckinsale, the one in the Hawkeye TV show, The Archer. Kind of reminds me of like her storyline, except instead of it being some female with a talent or ability that is just rich, it's more of a Muslim girl in a community that she's about to go to college or she's about to graduate high school, and she's like, yo, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself. Mm-hmm. And I like those stories, but I like the way they did it in her perspective, because it's like her parents are very traditional Muslim people. And they're like, nah, we don't want you cosplaying. We don't want you being you. But I don't necessarily know how it is to be Muslim because I'm not Muslim, but I could appreciate that they put that perspective as though like the parents are like traditional OG Muslim people. That's their culture. That's who they've always been. And they're kind of pushing her character. I forget the name of the girl's name, but they push the main character's perspective.
She has a name too.
I forgot her name, and her name is so simple too. But
do have a ring to it, yeah.
But they pushed her character. They're pushing her character in a direction where it's like she has to choose. Does she want to be herself, or does she want to be herself for her parents? And I like that, because even when let's put it in perspective, right? There's a lot of adults that right now are doing things for their parents. They're not doing stuff for themselves. There's a lot of like adults that, They're living in their mom and dad's crib. They're helping them pay rent because their mom and dad, or they're just their mom, if they're single, shout out to all my youngins, all my young OGs that's helping their moms out or their dad out, and it's only just a one parent household with them in it. Just because shit is tough, life is what it is, but it's cool because it's like, she in the show, we're gonna see her play around with that idea of, do I really want to be me for me, or do I really want to be me to like please my parents? And that's really a big topic, because when I moved out, I felt as though, like, in my perspective, I did a lot of things for me. And if I would have, for example, got the crib that my parents wanted me to get, if I, did things the way my parents wanted me to do, I wouldn't be the person that I am.
Right.
And I think that's important.
Yeah, it's and just so y'all know, we're just speaking on episode 1.
Yep, only episode
right 1. So yeah, based off of like everything I seen on episode 1, the first thing that caught my eye is the cinematography. They're doing a lot of animation
and visuals, like on the ground.
Yeah, a lot of animation, a lot
in
of
the
visuals.
store.
That was my first reaction to watching it. Like, oh, they're going full like all out with the graphics and the characterizations of like inanimate objects and like stuff like that. So,
and it kind of reminds me of like comic books, like a traditional comic book kind of atmosphere, because you would see that in like a comic book or maybe like an anime. Not an anime, but like a manga. You know what I mean? Like, you would kind of see that vibe.
It was an adjustment though, going from like Moon Knight to that. You know what I mean? Because Moon Knight was very like strictly like, it tried to keep that like
that Egyptian
ancient, like, more serious kind of vibe, where this is like colorful, playful, more animated, more more friendly, more appealing to children maybe.
But I think, but I agree. You know what I mean? That's kind of that vibe, because we gotta look at. I think the way the directors of these Marvel shows, the way they're thinking is, let's put the energy off of how the character is, who the character is. Like, this girl, eventually going to be Miss Marvel. She is a creative mind. So I like how they expanded what she has in her brain, like in the world around her, because she sees things differently.
Right.
And it's kind of like a discriminatory kind of thing where like a lot of people don't understand what she thinks and what she feels. They just kind of judge her a little bit. But I like how they've done that in cinematography, how they visualize like, how she's thinking, how she's feeling, the text messages. Like, when I saw the 3 dots, like the iPhone dots for the text messages coming through,
that was different.
I was like, that's fire.
That was different. Yeah. And so my first reaction was that. My second thought was, Marvel is doing a great job with just unifying the world. And by that, just adding different cultural experiences. And kind of, they're being inclusive, both culturally, and when it comes to different genders, different ethnicities, different races, different backgrounds, things like that. So, my next thought was, so I guess this is going to be the Indian type of experience, the Indian type of culture. So if I were
Muslim
or Muslim, okay, or Muslim, yeah. I'm sorry if I'm like either putting it, mapping it wrong or whatever. I may be, cause very, very ignorant. I don't know every culture. I don't know every, but definitely like Middle Eastern type feel. And if I were of that background, I'd probably relate to it more, which is great, which is because not everything. If we're gonna do cultural experiences, I'm not supposed to fully get everything, but that's a part of the ride. Like, that's a part of the I think people felt like Black Panther was like the black superhero, and I feel like really Killmonger was representing like
Like
African
the
American
black,
culture.
yeah,
Yeah,
the New York City kid kind of
the
deal, or
hood,
like the
like
New York City adult.
The African American culture, where T'Challa was the African culture. So I'm still waiting for DC to do like a Static Shock. But anyway, um, so that was my second thought. It's like, okay, this is gonna be like that type of culture. Like it's gonna be a ride, a journey, with them. And you know, the heavy accents I'm appreciating. Everybody doesn't need to speak perfect English. I think they're gonna keep main characters like I don't know, because T'Challa seemed like the only main character to have a heavy accent. Maybe Loki, uh, like you know, so I'm talking about main characters. There's a lot of side people,
Yeah,
but like Loki has a slight accent. Thor has a slight, very slight, but T'Challa, it was present. Like you could, it was a
it was like
heavy, like
it was a very good African accent.
yeah.
I would say. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean,
Well,
we have African
if you
friends.
ask an African person, they'd probably be like, no. But to us, to everybody else, it's like
Yeah,
there's an effort. You know what I'm saying? There's an effort there to put an accent on it, not just regular English. So
and then the same thing too. Not meaning to cut you off, but the
yeah,
same
yeah.
thing with Shang-Chi, because
Shang-Chi, yep, yep.
Shang-Chi, that was big, and
Well, they actually spoke their
they spoke
language a lot.
Mandarin.
They actually
Yeah,
spoke,
yeah.
yeah, throughout the show, or movie. So, but what threw me off is that like, and I get it, like she's the youngest in the family, so I kind of get it. But like, she doesn't have an accent, and I don't think they show her in the first episode like speaking a different language. So that kind of threw me off because everybody else in the family does.
But I love that because, bro, like, let's keep it a buck. I think that for the most part, when you a lot of people migrate to this country, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's really depending on, you know, if you migrated to this country, you had a kid here, and the kid is American. Most cases out of not, that kid is gonna grow up with the city culture, and then you know you're gonna grow up with a little with a mixture of both. And I
Mm-hmm.
like that because my girlfriend, who, you know, you and me both know, she's Honduran, she's Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
but she doesn't have an accent. Like her mom, her dad, her sister, her brother who passed away did, but her younger brother and her, they don't have accents. Like um she never really had that Spanish accent or a very aggressive accent to the point where it would come out. It's normally on rare occasions if she said something in some type of dialect that you would see it come out. But
Yeah, yeah.
that's normally like accurate. You know, a lot of kids who interact with people that aren't Muslim or not Spanish or not within their cultural comfortability, they're gonna start to branch out and act like those kids. They're gonna talk the same
Yeah,
language.
yeah,
That, yeah,
more like Americanized.
and
Yeah,
that's really what it is. You know,
yeah,
that's real. That's why I fuck with it, because that's like real life shit. You know,
yeah.
in a
No, that's
In a
true. As
Marvel
I
show.
said, because she's the youngest, maybe that's why. Like, you know, she's more Americanized, more, or I should say, less culturally influenced than the rest of her family. Because she's probably like last generation. So she's, you know, probably if we follow that same thought process, she probably grew up going to like school in America, you know, more diverse schools, being exposed to different cultures and things like that. So, yeah, no, that's cool. Like I said, if I were like from of that background, I'd probably get it. You know what I'm saying? A lot more. Like I felt it. You know, I feel like a lot of African American kids felt like Killmonger, like Killmonger's story. Even though Killmonger's not a hero, like Killmonger had the like
He's from the streets.
he had the black urban feel, like minority inner city minority feel. So a lot of like stuff that he was saying was like, yo, like he knows the struggle.
But on top of
So
that, like too, like his suit was very. I don't know how to explain it, but like it felt like someone who was black, coming from a bad background in the city, like they're a king, they're wearing gold. Like that's something that like visually speaking, like it kind of like resonates with a lot of people in
yeah,
the
yeah,
city.
definitely.
Like his outfit is like. And you could see like from the mask of the outfit, it's like a
Mhm.
skull of like a panther, Black Panther.
It's interesting because in the movie, I don't want to get too much into Black
Yeah,
Panther,
yeah,
but in the movie, like his sister, T'Challa's sister, let T'Challa pick that he wanted to wear silver or gold, and I thought it was interesting that he picked the silver one. Maybe it was because like he didn't see himself as king immediately. He didn't want to be that type of king where he's flexing gold, but yeah. Anyway, so that was my second thought with Miss Marvel. I'm here for the cultural experience. Like I want them to educate me on just on that culture. Shang-Chi did a great job with that. Um, I'm saying Moon Knight did a great job at that. So I'm here for the cultural experience as well as the superhero experience. I think they could definitely go hand in hand. So I hope they don't shy away from that. Embrace it. Get more into it, things like that. Um,
I think
I'm,
too. If I
yeah, go ahead.
interject
I had
again,
one more point on that.
I liked, well, not really liked, but I thought it was interesting the way that she had an older brother that they gave him just let him do whatever he wanted, but then
Mhm.
like in the hindsight, they did not want her at all to go to a convention, which wasn't a party, and she wasn't talking to any guy. She just wanted to be
Right,
around people who like superheroes. So it was, to me, I saw that in that episode very apparent. Like it just kind of kept coming up where like he would come in the picture, he would be in and out doing whatever he was doing. But on her end, she's more of like restricted. They're like, nah, we don't
yeah,
want you going anywhere. And I think that just might be because I think that might just be because of the Muslim culture. Like,
yeah,
females are probably um a lot more guarded than men are. Like men, you're like, yeah, you do whatever you got to do, but for women, it's like to be the age you are and to be
mhm,
restricted so heavily. I really respect all of the the young females that's out here today. Just living their life, trying to traverse through and understand who they are, because I feel as though culturally, like culture is a part of who you are, but there's
mhm.
more to culture than who a person is. Like how they act, how they behave, how they treat people, like that also plays a factor in a role. What people like, what are people's interests, that also plays a role too. So
Yeah,
I would always say, be who you are. To to everybody who's different, just be you. Be you, enjoy who you are, and don't let anybody stop you from, you know, being who you are, being different. Pave the way. If you want to be a scientist, you want to be the first, Muslim scientist, the first black scientist in this particular field, do that. If you want to be whatever, do that. Because
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. Like, I definitely feel all of that. The part that I don't like, um, or I could say didn't enjoy as much, is that this definitely feels like early Tom Holland Spider-Man, which is that like it's extremely geared towards a younger audience. Um, and coming off of like Multiverse of Madness and Moon Knight is definitely a tough adjustment, like dumbing my brain back down.
Well, I just hope that they don't. I hope that her character, and it's funny that you said that, because there's a lot of trending news that like like people are asking her, hey, did you and Tom Holland ever meet? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, I asked him about the last movie, and he spoiled it for her and stuff like that. I just hope that I hope that they're not doing another reference of a Tom Holland superhero. Because don't get me wrong, like I like Tom Holland, like I think he's okay. Like I have no qualms with him whatsoever. You know, anybody can disagree with me. I just don't like his Spider-Man. I don't like his type of Spider-Man character. He's just too reckless. He's too reckless.
Well, I wasn't even going into the character. I was just mean like if you watch Tom Holland Spider Man,
Yeah, you get that feel.
you get in a sense of like, okay, this is for kids,
I know,
and
but
like,
I'm just going a little deeper. I'm just saying, like,
well, I wasn't gonna get into the movies and stuff like that. I'm just
no, no, no,
saying
no, no. I know.
the
I was just going deeper, just saying, like, hey, I don't want this to turn out like this.
yeah,
You know what
the
I mean?
comparison is like my one of my first reactions in watching Tom Holland, not 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 the Spider-Man part of it, but the Peter Parker part of it was that like this is very much geared towards kids, maybe like specifically high school like ish children, late middle school, high school children, which like I'm I'm for it because as a business model they want to sell toys and things like that. So I get that they want to appeal to kids, but uh same feeling that I had with Hawkeye on Disney Plus. It was like this is very much geared towards younger women, I felt like. And there's nothing wrong with that, but like I said, if we're gonna eventually combine some of these characters and we're gonna build up to another Infinity War type movie, you know what I'm saying? I need a bit more maturity. So there's a lot of like
Yeah,
there's a lot of childlikeness going on. So I
yeah,
get wanting to appeal to kids, but we're coming off of a high. We're coming off of a high of Tony Stark, you know what I'm saying? Steve Rogers, Peggy. Like we're coming off of a high of very mature, very adult characters to get like a bunch of kids. Like that's what I feel like. So
yeah, and I
so
agree, and
I
that's
feel like just off of watching this first episode, that's the direction they're gonna take. And I just hope that there's some real character development. Like Hawkeye, the girl, I felt like over the course of the show, I guess she developed a bit, but she still kept her childlike innocence to her. She still kept that. Tom Holland, like with Spider-Man. Now he's had more screen time, so Tom Holland has definitely developed as Peter Parker. But the early stages is like, okay, he's gonna keep that childlike mindset,
well,
that childlike attitude. So I just feel like this is another one of like this is just another kid. Like Moon Knight didn't feel like that at all. Moon Knight was like, this is very adult. This is very like mature. This is very like um. So I just hope that Miss Marvel, that I hope that she develops as a person, so that as an adult, as a young adult watching it, I can relate, and that it's not just a bunch of like, well, this is what it's like to be a kid, because
yeah, no, but I agree. That's
kids
exactly
aren't kids aren't
that's
buying
it.
these tickets and paying for these
But bro,
subscriptions.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about, bro. The Tom Holland Peter Parker evolved as a character, but it only evolved at the last movie. You know what I mean? You lost your aunt. You lost like what the most like you lost the most like one of the most important people that you've ever had, and then you seen him grow in that sense, and I think
You
that
want to
like
say Infinity War? I felt like that's what
hell no, bro.
because
Hell
Infinity
no,
War was one
bro. That's
of.
the thing. He was sad. Like he's like, Mr. Stark, I'm faded. I'm faded. But I
Well,
don't
I'm
I,
saying
I don't
before
agree.
he faded, like I thought he stepped up. I thought that's the movie
No,
that he stepped
he
up and like.
did, but Tony Stark told him to step down, and he didn't want to step down. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
it's like,
no, Infinity War is where Tony said you're an Avenger. Like
well,
that's
he
what he
did that,
meant.
but bro, he did that after my man. Like he set my man. He put the thing on his chest. Dude flew, and then Peter, and you know Peter, you know Tom Holland, Peter Parker, he was able to like hold on to that alien ship that was in the air,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he was only there because he was able to like latch on and hold on and get in there, you know.
Okay. Well, no,
But
I feel like
I'm
that's
just
where he stepped up, but it's
no. I'm not saying he didn't step up. I'm just saying the maturity, like realizing that
Peter
as a
Parker
hero,
maturity. Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm saying is like the hero aspect. Like I think he grew up in a lot of aspects in those movies, but I'm saying like I don't want him to have these powers and to not make the right decision. And if you make a wrong decision, you have to be a man or a woman in that moment in time. You got to be a hero, and you gotta fix it. If you make a mistake, you got to fix it. And like the movies when I was watching, like the you know the few movies, he was kind of had that attitude where it's like I don't know if I really want to be a hero or like yeah, I'll save the world, but I don't know if I really want to
But
make the
I
right.
know, but I'm saying, how are you relating that to Miss Marvel? That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying because like her character is very like fluid. She's very like I'm silly, I'm a kid, I'm a draw, I'm gonna be in class, I'm not gonna pay attention, I'm gonna be doodling all day. And I'm saying in regards to that, like her mind, you know, she's in another place most of the time. So I'm saying like in regards to her character, I want to see her grow where she's not just in the clouds, but she's actually thinking about situations because she's got that power.
Yeah.
So she's got that power. I just want her to grow in that aspect of like a hero because there's like Tony Stark, you know, Steve Rogers, like, you know, Black Widow, they all showed what it meant to be, or the previous Avengers showed what it meant to be an Avenger. And if these people are stepping up, they have to show what it's meant to be an Avenger. You get power, you got a power, but let's use that for good. Let's not just waste abilities and then not be able to make decisions. Like
Yeah.
that's like grown up stuff. Being able to make hard decisions is a grown up decision. Is a grown up thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a grown up thing to learn.
So
So
they'll probably play this out on Disney Plus with a lot of the early story. Not like I said, I'm okay with that. Taking different angles and stuff. I just and Marvel's been doing a great job, but I just as a young adult, which is most of Marvel's audience is between 25 and 35.
not even 25, like 18.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying people that are actually paying for the subscription and buying tickets.
Well, I'm saying like no, 18-year-old kids, they may not be
but
buying
yeah,
the subscription, but they definitely go into the
they
movies.
definitely go on. Yeah, yeah. No, I hear that. I think we are the generation, millennials are the generation that like we grew up like Iron Man 1, like the first Hulk, like these, like the
Original
kids,
Spider-Man.
the 18-year-olds now were like, 10 years ago were 8. So they weren't really there for the journey. So we've been there since the beginning. So that's why I say like millennials between like, maybe 20 and, we'll say like 38 or something like that, 40. Like we've been there for the whole journey, you know what I'm saying? So for us, I feel like Marvel should, for the most part, this is just my opinion. I feel like Marvel should cater towards its audience, its major audience, rather than making everything kiddie. But then at the same time,
These parents are buying it for their kids. They're like, yeah, I get the
well,
subscription
that
so you
and
can watch it.
Marvel want to sell toys and things like that. So
That too. That
sell
too.
video games, things like that. So,
But
but
all
yeah,
right.
it's overall. I'm expecting it to be a cultural experience, and I'm expecting some different. I'm expecting them to try some things cinematography wise. I mean, they definitely tried some things with Moon Knight. I think they tried some things with Winter Soldier, and
Yeah, they did it
Falcon
with
and Winter
Loki.
Soldier.
They did it with WandaVision.
WandaVision, they definitely tried some things. So cinematography wise, I think Loki and Hawkeye were pretty straightforward in terms of cinematography. But with Moon Knight with the whole like flashing in and out of consciousness, WandaVision with the whole like 70s, 80s, 90s like art style, like
2000s.
you know what I'm saying? Like they were trying things cinematography wise. So now with Miss Marvel doing a little animations and splash effects and things like that, I like it. Like it's fresh. You know what I'm saying? It's vibrant, and they're crossing the boundary between movie and TV show. So I expect them to try some things cinematography wise. As far as the character, I just need to learn more about her and see where her character goes and develops.
Cool. So now we're gonna move on to Shield Hero.
Yeah, man.
So far it's been a journey.
I'm mad. I'm still mad.
I
I told you
I'm
my
interested.
problem based off
I'm
of the last episode we had. I told you my issue, and
what
they're digging a deeper hole. We've gotten so far off of the original plot
plot.
of the waves,
Yeah.
like the waves, but also like the purpose of the heroes.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
so
I'm
we're
starting
getting
to
so far off of like I'm starting to feel like the original plot was just a lie. Like it was just like y'all not really here for that. Y'all really here for
No, I
some
mean
other
I agree. I mean
like
so far from
what are we doing
what
now?
I
Like
what
now we're just playing a RPG video
but what
game.
I've seen, right? What I've seen, I agree. But there's a couple questions, right? There's a hell of a lot of questions, but there's a couple of main ones, right? The first one is we're in a new world. We still don't know why, these people in the opposite world are so afraid of Naofumi. I mean, although Naofumi didn't do anything in that world from our knowledge, you know what I mean? He never left the world he was in, unless
Right.
maybe Malremark or people in that country or people within his world that he's trying to protect. Maybe they're doing something behind the scenes. I don't really know. It's getting a little confusing, but one question is why do we keep skipping? There's a couple questions. First question is why do we keep skipping opportunities to figure out why these heroes are trying to kill Naofumi and the heroes of his world? That's the first question.
Right.
Second question is why are there so many fucking heroes in the other world and 4 heroes in our world? That's the second question because I thought it was from the last season I thought it would be 4. Now when we met the book hero, I'm like, okay, that counts 4, that makes sense. And then we go into this fucking hyperbole.
We got the fan hero, the scythe hero, the katana hero,
That's fine. The katana hero. We
the
get to that.
boat, the boat hero.
The katana hero. We'll get to that. That's another question. That's another question on its own. But we had the scythe, we had the fan, we had the gem, and then we had the book hero. So I'm like, oh, that's 4. Oh, that makes sense.
No, but don't forget they had the vessel hero, the dude that could make a boat.
No. But I'm not, bro. Let me get there. Let me get there. You rushing. Let me get there. So it's 4. So I'm like, okay, 4. That's even. That makes sense. And then we get the hunting hero, which Kizuna. I like her. She's cool. No worries. No problems there. And then you get the boat vassal hero, which he just randomly just creates a boat and just teleports all around the world. That's fine, but I'm like, that's 6 heroes against 4. But it's confusing to me because it's like the ratio isn't adding up 6 to 4. And now it's 7. Now it's 7 to 4 because now you know now Raftalia is the katana hero, and I got so mad, right? I got so mad when they did that shit because I'm like, wait. Did the writers really understand what they just created? Like, think about it, right? You have a demi-human who wasn't from that world, the heroes, not Naofumi and his squad went through the portal, went through the
Well,
other world.
that you gotta say dimensions.
Dimension, whatever the fuck is called.
Say world. Yeah.
Fuck dimensions. Another world. I don't care. They
Right.
went to another fucking eternal headspace, whatever the fuck it's called.
Right.
Went into that shit, came out, they lost all their powers. Then, throughout the story progression, Rattali get caught, Philo get caught, they find both of them, whatever. But why would they give Rattalia the katana blade? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and I can understand why they did it, right? Because it's like she wants to be Naofumi's sword. I get it. They're pressing on that topic. I get it. But now that she's a hero from in another world, and she's a part of the opposite world of the world that gave her the sword, you see the complexity in that? That's not simple. That's complicated.
This anime, like, as a whole, has a great, like, concept and a great premise. And what kills me is when you take a great concept, like let's make an anime that feels like a real life RPG game. Like, that's fire. Like, the concept is fire. The execution through season 1 was fire. Like, I had no, in terms of the plot, it was clear what the plot was in season 1. And towards the end of season 1, they started introducing some weird stuff like other heroes and spirits and things like that. And I was like, okay, they could play on that, but they're gonna stick to the same, like, premise. And so now, if we're talking about an RPG, there's so many directions that they could have went, that to be introducing, there's two things that kills a plot, no matter what it is. It could be a movie, it could be a video game, a TV show, anime. But one of them is time travel. Time travel will always kill a plot. It doesn't matter what you're watching, what you're doing, whatever. The second thing is raising people from the dead, or rebirthing people. But so they're not time traveling, but this whole, like, different dimensions thing kind of feels like that. And you can do something like, let's go visit different dimensions towards the end of a show. Like, if this was season 5 and it was like, okay, they got sent to a different dimension, then it's like, all right, well, we've had like 4 consistent seasons of a plot, so now there's this other, you know what I'm saying? But to do this season 2, when you did a great job establishing what season 1, like, what the show is going to be in season 1.
Yeah.
So to do this different dimension thing in season 2 is to me, it makes no sense, because now why did we spend all this time in season 1? First of all, I think I said 2 episodes ago on our show, what was the Spirit Tortoise for? What was it for? What was that whole thing for?
Started to become a lot more unclear.
Why has there been any mention of the Spirit Tortoise in the last 4 episodes?
I mean, the episode 10 that we talk about, yeah, but that was the only one.
That whole Spirit Tortoise thing felt like it happened for no reason.
I mean, it's not, the pieces aren't really coming together properly. It's more like, like how when you play Jenga and you start removing all of the, it kind of feels like that. You know what I mean? And so, I hate to be a person that, like, flames anime, because I don't like to flame any anime. I think it's a work of art. And when you have, like, a really strong fan base behind it, like, I appreciate, like, I like to appreciate things for getting to the success that it did. But I definitely think that needs, a lot of this information needs to get cleared up. Like, we keep like, when Alfumi's traveling with Kizuna, she still hasn't told him. Nobody's told him, why they're hated. And it's the same thing. Like there's still holes that we still haven't plugged up from season one, which is okay. Which is like,
Right,
why
right,
people hate the shield hero, or like why they
right.
hate,
Like I said, we're going so far off into other
trash.
stuff that it's like, can we just keep building off of what we had in season one? So
Yeah.
like I'm for the journey because they're keeping the RPG feel, so I get that. But I don't know these writers, bro. They're just like I feel like me and you could sit in some of these rooms and be like, why are we going in this direction? Like, why are we going that way?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, people are chasing a bag. So like, if some shit get hyped one season and then the next season, if you know,
Yeah, but there's a way to extend something without like killing
no,
it.
you're right, you're right.
Like
But I, I think
I just feel like so this
I
is
don't
what
know.
I want to see. I want to see probably it probably have to either come from the queen, either the Fallopia queen or the actual queen of Mellowmark. It probably have to come from one of those two because they've been around. I want to see one of them like put Nafumi back on track, which is basically like, this is why you're here. This is what's going on. Like, they're not going to lie to him. You know what I'm saying? This is why you're here. This is what's going on. This is what needs to be done. This is how you're going to get home. Like, is he even trying to get home? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what, where?
I think that he is. Don't get me wrong, but I think that the way the show is progressing, I've been making a lot of assumptions because, bro, bro, before when I saw the katana shit, I'm like, yeah, they gonna give that shit to Raptalia, and then I'm fucking tickling my balls and shit. I'm thinking that that's not gonna happen. Then it happened. I'm like, damn, I called this shit. But bro, I
That's
really
bad.
feel
That's
that.
bad. When you can predict
I feel
major stuff.
that we're not gonna find out what happens until after they get back. That's what I feel. I feel as though we're not gonna find the important information about why these people are heroes, why they've come from Japan and their own version of Japan, why all of this exists, and why, what is the conflict? What is the conflict of interest? What's going on? Like, why I feel as though we're gonna do this whole long.
Who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? Like
But
who's
I think when it all comes to heroes, who is the bad guy? You
That's
know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
saying. Like
And
who's
I
good,
don't I
who's
don't
bad,
I think it's all about choices. But I
who's
think that the
different.
way
Like
they've been structuring it hasn't been the greatest. And I hope, I really hope that they tie this back in some way, and they give us information that makes a clear sense of everything. Because to me, fuck the tortoise, fuck the spirit tortoise. I feel as though what really caught me was them giving Raftalia that sword, because she's not from that world. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there should be certain rules and boundaries that limit you from obtaining certain powers. And I don't really think that bro, I feel as
well,
though it's only gonna get
I thought
complicated.
vassal weapons only go to people who are brought to the world. I didn't know just anybody could get one. Like I know the priest created one, an artificial one, but I thought the vassal weapons actually go to people who were brought into that world from the regular Earth. So
Yeah, but
now
bro, it's
it's
cheesy
like
though. It's cheesy because it's like,
now it's like
yo,
she can get one. So that means y'all could have made anybody the shield hero. Like y'all could have. Why did?
bro, that's what I'm saying. The logic is all screwed up, and they probably gave it to her because she's a sword user, and like, don't get me wrong, all of the boxes check for Raftalia getting that power, and I'm not hating on the power. I just don't. I feel as though, if like, when you get that sword, you get that shield, or you get that whatever the fuck the weapon is, you know what I mean? You are binded to that. You're bounded to that. You're bounded to that village, that town, that world.
Right.
So it's like it doesn't make sense. And bro, the question is, okay, Raftalia has his power. Are we gonna let her go back? Can she go back? You know what I mean? These are questions. These are questions I have because it's like,
I mean, the way it's trending, I don't know nothing. I'm just guessing. The way it's trending, either Nafumi's gonna stay or they're gonna go back together. That's my prediction. Either Nafumi's gonna stay in the world, or him and Raftalia is gonna go back together somehow.
because there's got to be some type of limitation towards having that power. I mean, I don't think. I mean, La Arc. I mean, don't get me wrong. La Arc has traversed. They've traversed the world. Maybe there's not.
Yeah, but they're from the real world. Like that's what I'm saying. I didn't know that somebody. I thought the only people that could get those weapons were people from the real world that were brought there. So
Yeah, it's confusing, bro. It's to me, like it doesn't really make sense, and I think the writers need to take some time, and they really need to look at the information they presented us and really just dig deep to see, like, yo, are we really going down a bad path? Because to me, it kind of seems like we're not going down the greatest road. And I really like Rising of the Shield Hero. Like, I'm a fan.
2023 is gonna be crazy, and if
But
they
bro,
if they all over the place, they're not gonna keep up.
But bro, this the problem, bro. This the problem. This the problem, bro. I'm not even worried about 2023 because 2023 got hella shit. But this is the problem about 2023, bro. We've had anticipations from My Hero. Season 4 was ass. That shit was beyond ass. Well, and we was like, yo, we was hyped, we was waiting and shit, and they was going crazy.
Well. You
can't say it wasn't bad.
This is the thing, though.
What's the thing?
We're still gonna watch it. It doesn't like Shield Hero isn't up there where it's like if it stays bad, we'll keep watching it. Well, at least me. Like I'm not gonna if I got Attack on Titan, Black Clover, My Hero, Demon Slayer. Am I watching Shield Hero if it keeps being inconsistent?
I don't know.
Not at all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying we're watching Shield Hero now because there's not much out right now. But if they don't get back on track,
that shit gonna get switched out.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like My Hero can afford to be bad because it's been good for 3 seasons. You know what I'm saying? So. I hope Shield Hero can stay in the rotation, but they gotta get back on track.
Shit. But
see what happens with that.
All right, we're gonna do One Piece next, bro. We ain't gonna talk too much about One Piece. Give me a word of One Piece. Give me a word that you felt watching this week's episode of One Piece.
A word.
One word, bro. One word.
Extorted.
Extorted. Sheesh. What's your explanation? Tell me your explanation. Excuse me.
So like at the end of Whole Cake Island, I felt the same way. I'm like, can we get this over with? And I told you I can't even enjoy. One Piece has established emperors, and I can't enjoy the emperors being emperors because now when emperors fight each other, we get a bunch of side story in the middle of the emperor fight. And I don't want side story. I don't want backstory while emperors are fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, in no other point in One Piece did they do like when Shanks met Whitebeard, they didn't jump over and be like, "Let's see what Chopper's doing." You see what I'm saying? When Hawkeyes like came through for the first time in the North Blue, and he sliced Don Krieg's ship in half. They didn't jump over and be like, "Let's tell you about Sabo's backstory." So like, I can't get too hype over any part of like the actual fight because I know that they're
not gonna continue it like through episodes.
They're gonna give me a snippet, and then they're gonna go back to like I don't know some other
Robin,
Prospero or Robin or I don't. They're gonna. So I just wanted to. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to end so that the fan made video could come out where it's just the fight. Like that's what I want.
Sheesh, that would be fire. All right, my word for this week's episode of One Piece, Robin.
Mm-hmm. I mean, seeing Robin do things is cool.
Bro, I just love.
Why now? It's just like
you're
right.
Now? You're right, but bro, and that's a great question.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
like,
a great moment. What you
saying
is a valid fucking question.
Arc of Wano. Why now?
Bro, that's a great fucking question.
Because now I don't want to see it. Now it's diluted. Unless they tie it in with CP0. If they tie Robin in
that's
CP0, then right. It's like I see what y'all doing. But they haven't been that creative with they pin in a minute. So I don't know if they're gonna do that.
I mean, CP0 just chilling.
CP9 is like CP0. I'm assuming like there's at least 2 or 3 CP9 members in it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Robin, we know Robin used to roll with them. So if they tie that in, then that would be
crazy. But, I mean, that would be.
Otis Penn hasn't been that creative in a minute, so
yeah,
they just need to hire me.
Nah, that would be tragic. I mean, that'd be great, but it would be tragic.
These are the things that OG fans remember. Like, we remember the little pockets of, like, yeah, I do know Robin was rolling with CP9, right? Like,
I mean, she was rolling with a lot of heavy hitters, bro, to be honest. But that's why
she's a heavy hitter. Nico Robin is a monster.
I know, bro. But that's why I like how they brought the monster. They brought a little snippet of the monster back, and I was like, let's go.
When Robin joined the crew, she was the strongest, most valuable person on the ship until.
Bro, she still is. She's the only person in the world that could transcribe the poneglyph.
I'm saying in terms of fighting, in terms of her power, nobody. What is Luffy gonna do? What is like nobody on the ship? Maybe Zoro, because he can cut hit. Like maybe Zoro.
Bro, she can snap balls, bro. Bro, she did it to Frankie. She be like, "Madefru." Yeah,
I respect Robin more than the actual show does. So, if they tie her in because CP0's there, so if they tie that in, you know, they try to recruit her, kidnap, whatever, that would be fire. I don't think they're gonna do that because their pin hasn't been there recently. So,
yeah,
that's really it.
But let's do trending. Trending. Got some news to all of my Final Fantasy VII fans.
Right.
Everybody who's been anticipating the next part of Final Fantasy VII Remake, we got it. We got hella shit though. Not only did we get the new part, which is called Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I like the jingle. Also, we got a little bit of perspective of Cloud before Cloud lost his vision and his memories. We got a little snippet of him walking with Sephiroth, just walking through the land. So that's something that, you know, I'm looking forward to because we've been, you know, the game came out 2020. It's 2 years later. You know, we deserve that second part. Other than I didn't mean to
cut you off, but so when you told me about that, I played through most of the original, like 90% of the original. There's a part in the original where you actually get to play as Sephiroth.
And I think that's what they're gonna be doing.
And if
I
they do that,
Bro, legit, they were in the same party, bro. They didn't show like the you know how it is in the menu with the party system, but they were walking together in conjunction. So, bro,
bro,
it's
if they do that, listen, first of all, I think they regret, and I don't know why they did it in the first place, but you should not have fought Sephiroth at the end of the first like little saga there. You should not have fought Sephiroth at the end. Because in the original, you don't. In the original, it's so clear that Cloud isn't ready to fight Sephiroth. Like it's so blatantly obvious. So I didn't like the fact that you had to fight him. If you are gonna fight him, that fight needs to be damn near impossible. Like I'm talking like Kingdom Hearts 1 Sephiroth. Like you can't beat that Sephiroth until you're level like 85 or higher. You got all your you know what I'm saying? Like it needs to be that hard. It was too easy. Even on hard mode, it was too easy to fight Sephiroth. If we're gonna fight him that early. So he's a bit watered down. And just so y'all know, in the original, Sephiroth is easily like 10 times stronger than Cloud. Like when base Cloud when he's still traveling with the crew, like Sephiroth is easy like 10 times stronger. But there's a part in the original where they let you play as him, and that is one of the funnest parts of the original game because you're like looking at a level 50s 55 creature and you're taking it out with one fireball. Like Sephiroth's basic, like you're like, oh, I'll use fireball. And it's like freaking meteors, like meteors coming down, boom, boom, boom. Like yo, and then a snake come, level 80 snake, and then you're like, all right, let me try earthquake because I know what regular earthquake look like, but this is saying level 4 earthquake, and a freaking canyon opens up, and like crazy stuff, and Sephiroth. Like he does it casual, like he's casually just like, oh yeah, drop some meteors on the snake. Let's open a canyon for earthquake. Just you do thunder. There's freaking thunderbolts like as big as buildings, like coming down. Just wipe them out with thunderbolt. It's so if they do that, that will be fire. But yeah, they need to stop watering down Sephiroth. Stop watering him down. We shouldn't even see him. Like he's not even. Cloud has other things to worry about. So,
other than that, we got they're doing a remake to Crisis Core. They're doing like it's not necessarily a remake, but it's more like
it's not. Is it a
remastered? But they have it. It's coming this summer. It's legit coming this summer to all platforms. It's coming PS5, PS4, Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series X.
It's a nice time. It would be a nice time to sell it. Crisis Core feels like Final Fantasy VII, in a way. So that's meh news.
Meh. Damn. The broski got a lot on his mind, man. Sheesh. My fault. I was just looking at a baddie.
No, you're good.
Let me look on IGN and see any more stuff.
Yeah. I know the state of play. They talked about the next Final Fantasy, which that looks fire. The kind of the medieval vibes. We spoke about it a bit the last episode. Drake's new album, I got a bump.
Yeah.
See if that's a vibe. See if that's a feel.
Other than that, Overwatch 2, they're getting rid of loot boxes for like a battle pass system. So that's cool. I mean, the loot boxes were real aggressive because the skins that you really wanted, you were spending bread, if not just playing the game for years.
Honestly, I didn't even check my loot boxes ever. Like I'd have to be mad bored and be like, let me go through my loot boxes. I wouldn't even.
Yeah.
I just want to play the game.
Other than that, Tom Hardy, he seemingly confirms Venom 3 script is complete. So they pushing Venom. They pushing Venom. Hopefully that movie is solid. And the last bit of news is that Squid Game season 2 is coming. We don't know when, but to all of my Squid Game fans,
It's too early. It's too early. Like let it.
I mean, it's not coming this year. It might be coming like next year, but or
Okay,
like
okay, okay.
like
I was
early
gonna say
next year type shit.
let it marinate a little bit more because that's a tricky plot to work with. That's a tricky
Well,
plot
what
to
is
work
the
with.
thing? The main character is coming back
Yeah, well, based off of how it ended, I figured he'd come back to try to like
to
like
play and win.
bring the whole system down. So um, that's gonna be interesting. Real dark.
Dark, dreary, sad,
Type shit.
interesting,
So
intriguing. That's my word
intriguing.
for it. Intriguing.
Um, no, that's really all I had. Other than that, we're waiting for the semester to start for college and such. You know, it just ended, so when college starts back up, we're trying to go around to different big schools. So it might be coming to a school near you. Get with some anime clubs and things like that, just to promote the show. In the meantime, once I get my car situation right, we're gonna try to hit up some of these conventions, set up a little table. You know what I'm saying? I have a little giveaway. We'll see what happens.
Sell some possible merch.
We'll see what happens.
We'll
See what
see.
happens. And until then, you can always follow us on any of our socials. Our links are down there. Instagram, Facebook, whatever you like, we're probably on it. You can check out Juwan at Keystrokes on Twitch TV. Yo, when's the last time you was on Twitch, bro? Stop playing.
Bro, I got a family, bro. I got a family. I'm a family man now.
I'm also on Twitch. You can check me out. Trust0365. I just did a Smash Bros stream. I'm probably gonna do some more streaming. And if you want to check out the show, this video will be up on YouTube, the Divine Departure Podcast. Just go onto YouTube, type in Divine Departure Podcast. This is episode 17. But if you want to check out some of our other content, feel free to go on there. Just look around, chop it up. Drop a comment on either the YouTube, the Instagram, whatever social. You on, drop a comment. We try to reply to your comments in our episodes, so definitely drop a comment on there, and we'll respond to it. Tell us how you feel about any of the animes that we're currently reviewing, or if you think there's an anime that we should review that we have been on top of. Let us know. We'll check it out. We'll throw a little comment if it's better than Shield Hero or One Piece, and you think we should throw it in. Let us know. If you didn't like something I said, let me know, because I'm always with the smoke. Outside of that, Juwan, you got anything else?
That is it, guys. Thank you for watching the Divine Departure Podcast, episode 17. We love all of y'all. Thank y'all for subscribing. Follow our social links. Follow our YouTube. We've been getting a lot of traction on the YouTube, a lot of views. So we appreciate you guys. And yeah, as Taj said, put comments in. Comment what you felt about this episode. Comment shows, animes that you want us to review, because we will move stuff out of the rotation to, suffice the need and the want for the community. We just need enough. We just need to get enough wants and needs for these shows. But until next time, peace.
Deuces.